Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Cam. I have some great news. Gift cards are now available on my website. You can get them in $10, $25, $50, or $100 denominations. They're great for friends, coworkers, or that someone special. So go to my website at www.camilleester.com and grab yours today. Hit that notification button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I hope to see you guys on live. Have a great day. Bye. Hey, what's up, girl? Oh, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
It's hard to hear you.
Can you hear me?
It's like it's robotic.
Oh man, is that better?
Are you using AirPods?
Yeah,
Are they fully charged? Because if they're dying, they don't sound clear.
yeah, they are. I make sure they were before. Should I connect them and see if it's better?
Yeah,
Okay.
can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay. Well, let me
Good.
take
How
this.
are you doing?
See, look, all this money, and they ain't even working properly.
It's okay. Things happen. You know, when you're live, things happen. You have to learn how to be flexible. How's everything going?
It's going well. What about you, Camille? I'm so excited.
I know. First of all, we had a really good laugh before we went live or whatever. I had a little confession, so we kind of had to laugh about that. Yeah, so what's been new your way? So you are the creator of Hair Locker. You have so many things going on. We want to get into all of that. So without further ado, hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Camille Essick. I am host of the Speaker Podcast. This is the podcast where innovators and creators connect. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Camille.Essick and my YouTube channel, Camille Essick, as well. And the Speaker Podcast, I have officially launched the website as of last week. So go there, subscribe, stay up with all the latest, and subscribe and download on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Pandora. I am so excited to have this guest on tonight. This is my sister and my friend. First of all, she is so pretty. I tell her that all the time.
Look, stop. I'm blushing.
Yes. So I want you to introduce yourself, Ro. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Camille. Hey, everybody that's here. My name is Rosetta Taylor. I am the owner of Hair Locker and Taylor Made Investing. I'm a veteran that served 7 years in the Army. And one day I decided that I wanted to take control of my sanity. So I got out and I'm here today.
Yes, and I'm a Navy veteran. Go Navy, be Army. Football rivals. So you have two Black women here, entrepreneurs and veterans. That is a first for this show. So give it up to everyone that has served. Thank you for your service, Queen. Thank you. So without further ado, let us know, first of all, what is Hair Locker? How did you start it? Like, just give us the deets on it.
Okay, of course. So Hair Locker is an apparel line for those that have locks. Our main item that we're popular for is the Backless Hats. I have one here. They're satin lined to protect our edges, and the back is out so that we can, get free with it in the back. I started the hairline last year just because, I was with COVID hitting, I was in a low state, and a lot of people know me for my locks. I started my Instagram page just to talk about locks. And from there, my family encouraged me to start a business surrounding that. And at first it was a hobby, but people started buying stuff. Okay, so now it's a full-time job for me. I have 3 employees and it's going good. Like, we doing good.
We're going to get into all that. So first of all, I want to kind of talk about the low point, because during the pandemic, a lot of people created businesses out of the pandemic, and your brand is flourishing. Kudos to you and your family for, everything that you do. And because that's a niche that is needed for natural hair care. And so with your hair care journey, you hear about chemical shaming, and then some people are, oh, we'll just go natural. So what are your take on that versus transitioning from, perms and things like that, pressing to locking?
My main thing, Camille, if I'm honest, is you got to do what makes you happy. During the time that I was in the military, it was very hard to be a Black woman and express my style through my hair. When I first joined the military, I wore a lot of sew-ins, a lot of weaves, just to, just to hide myself and to get the attention off of me. My peers did the same as well. Once they released the addendum to where we could wear locks, so we can have locks, I went crazy a little bit. I ain't gonna tell no story. But nevertheless, I did it because I was on a journey to finding myself. And I knew that I'm not a hairstylist. That is not my ministry. Okay. For me, locks is something that's easy to maintain. You know, I can wake up, shake, and go. I have a loctician that does my locks. She started them and she maintains them monthly. A lot of people have a whole, argument on, should you start short? Should you, do the extensions? Again, do what makes you happy, because you don't want to have to look in the mirror and look at your hair every day. Right. So, and that's what I did. And, we here now.
I love it. It's been a journey. And you touched on something, because even in the Navy, when I was in the Navy, the regulations are not, they're working on it, but just historically have not been accommodating for women of color, with our hair, as far as what they consider the official military regulations, which I get it. They have a regulation. However, there were some things I felt like were discriminatory. Yes. And there was preference given to those that did not look like us, with hair color and things they did and do with their hair, and did not get called out on it. But for us, any little thing, it was, hey, shit made, or, getting pulled to the side. Yes. And so I feel like I had to go the extra step to make sure my buns were tight, baby hairs laid, brows. Like, it's just like I felt like I had to do extra just to show up, because when you walk through the door as a Black woman, and for you and I, brown skinned women, there's another label that goes along with that. So it's like it makes you more aware, because everything we do and say is scrutinized before you even open your mouth.
Exactly. On top of having to do your job correctly, I have to look the part and play the part. It's tough. It's hard.
Yeah. So there's so many things I want to break down with you tonight. So with your success, we had the TMCBA retreat earlier this summer, and you won one of the awards. Kudos to that. Thank you. Yes. And one of the things I've heard you say before, sometimes, as entrepreneurs and creators, sometimes we battle worthiness. Like, man, do I really deserve this? Or you hear the word imposter syndrome. Like, how do you deal with, or what is your word of advice to those? Well, first of all, tell us your journey as far as feeling worthy of just the wins in your season right now. And then we're going to go from there.
Camille, if I'm honest, everybody have a story, mine started way back, and it has been a journey just to accept the fact that I'm here. I'm finally here, because we always say we see the light at the end of the tunnel, but no one talks about what happens when you get to the end of the tunnel. And it is a light, and it is a way out, because we're so used to fighting. We're so used to, not even arguing, we're just looking at the bad of what can happen. And so I finally, looked in the mirror and said, it's okay to accept where I'm at now. It took me a long time to do that. And the first step that helped me do that was joining the military, mainly because I never thought about joining the military. I never thought I could join, because, I have an attitude, I talk back, all this other stuff. But it took my son needing insurance during a tough time for me. And I had to walk in the recruitment station and put my pride to the side and say, hey, maybe I can do this. And I did. And once I joined the military, in my mind, I was like, I can do anything, because that was so tough for me. Once I got out, it kind of worked in my favor, because now I really feel like I can do anything. And I don't know if that's good or bad, but it's nothing that you can lay in front of me that will make me feel like I can't accomplish it. Mm-hmm. And if I'm honest, I don't want to say I use a cheat code, but I have a foundation. I have a family. I have a support system. And that is so, so, so important. A lot of people don't have that, but I do have people rooting for me. I do have people telling me, you can do it. And that's so important. It's so important to have. And I'm just so blessed. So I tell myself that I can do it, because I know behind me, there is a whole bunch of people telling me the same dang on thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think sometimes if we go through those hard times, or even we look at ourselves and things that we didn't do right, so we get those blessings, we thought, man, I don't really deserve this. Sometimes we nitpick on ourselves. Yes. And even me, I'm so hard on myself. I'm learning to be more gracious to myself, to extend myself, more grace, because it's like the world, through life, you're already going to go through so many ups and downs, tests and trials. So why am I being harder on myself than necessary, where I'm already going to have to deal with life? Our girl Whitney, she always say, life be lifing.
Yes.
Life, yes. And it's like, when that happens, don't add on to the already, the struggles of life you're going to have. Like, ease up on yourself. Sometimes, like, hey, Cam, stop taking yourself so seriously. I know you want to get there. I know you want to make it. But I had a conversation with someone today, and I was like, after I did Heart and Soul, I had like a mental crash because it was like I just poured out so much. And even though people were saying, "Oh man, Heart and Soul was great, it was awesome," but I was
too, Cam.
huh?
It was too.
Thank you. But I was so busy focusing on what I didn't get right, the things I missed, because in my mind I wanted to be something else. But it was like, stop doing that.
Yeah.
Look at all the wins. We're so busy looking at what you didn't do, but look at what you did do. Look at what you did accomplish, and I think that's for all of us, particularly as creatives. Like we compare ourselves on social media. That's not good. You don't know what the story is for someone. You see a post or reel, that's just a highlight. That's not the story. It's just a blurb.
Yes.
That's just a blurb. And we have to stop comparing ourselves to what other people do.
Exactly. And it's tough because a lot of people, and we spoke about this before, they'll see my life and be like, "Oh, well, you got it together. You can't complain about something." And I'm like, you don't know what it took to get here. Right. Of course I'm not complaining as much now, but I went through that fight. And now I need to tell myself, it's okay to chill and look around and be like, you know what, I did that. And so it's still a fight sometimes, because it's like we write down these goals, we reach them, and then we so busy focusing on next one, we don't sit there and say, "Hey, damn, I did that."
Enjoy the journey.
Exactly. Slow down. You're gonna get there. If you keep pushing, you're gonna get there. So I'm trying my best to slow down and enjoy it, because once you go over that hurdle or reach that next goal, when you gonna remember it? Are you gonna sit up there and be like, "Okay, I did it," pat myself on the back, take myself out for my own dream, So I'm working on that because it's hard.
Good. One of the things, Ro, I incorporate working on as far as trust, because sometimes in our personal lives, we can go through things where people have hurt us, or they said they were going to do something and didn't follow through. So then in your brand, when it's time to reach out and build your team, or, your business to bring people in, because it's like, this is my baby. I've built this, and to release some of that, to turn it off. You already know where I'm going with this, to turn it over to people, because it's like, if you drop the ball, it's on me, and my name is on this, and I can't afford, because if you had a moment or a mood, then I have to, can you kind of break that down? You know where I'm going with that.
It's Camille, honey. That's one of the toughest things that I'm going through right now, because, dealing with customers, that's one thing. I said I had 3 employees, dealing with employees, and just again, like you said, trusting people. I'm going through that right now, as far as wanting to talk to someone else about money management with my business. Black Friday is coming up. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do things, and it's so hard to trust people enough to let everything out and hope that they give you something back. So I'm over here stressing thinking about it.
Don't do that. Don't do that. We're going to deal with today. You're on this podcast right now. We'll worry about that in the morning. But I just feel like that's why it's important to incorporate healing in your personal journey, because I know for me, that's a process I'm going through, still going through it. And in doing so, I'm slowly becoming more open to reaching out, especially with TMCBA. It's been a safe space for me, as far as like-minded people, creatives, and entrepreneurs, to know that I can share my goals with these people. I can share my dreams with these people. And I know they truly and genuinely support me. They're going to encourage me. It's not like, oh, they're trying to steal my idea, all this craziness. But it's just it's a place of authenticity. We do life together. We're not just there, talking about business, but we have our lives and things that we share with each other as well. So I think those are one of the components when you're thinking about being an entrepreneur or a creative. Yeah, business wise, you can have everything together, but emotionally, spiritually, where are you? Because being a creative, it's going to take you up, and then it's going to take you down. And in the morning, you can feel like, oh, I'm out here, I can go get it. And by 5 o'clock, you're like, man, I'm either going to sell something or I'm getting on the pole. Like, you're just every day. Yes. Like, should I release an episode or go move this weight? It's like, what am I going to do?
Look, one or the other.
You wake up in the morning, praise is what I do. By 6 o'clock, I'm nuck if I buck. It's just like one or the other. One or the other.
Exactly.
And that's why you need a solid group of people around you to say, hey, focus. Remember your destiny. Remember your journey. because you see people doing crazy foul stuff and they're doing whatever they want to do and they're winning. And it's like, but you got to stay the course. You have to maintain your integrity. It's going to get hard. Some days you're going to cry. Every other day you want to delete all the social media and throw all the inventory out the window, but you got to stay the course.
And that's like when you was talking about the imposter syndrome. If I'm honest, you know, everybody had their own definition from that, but I definitely know that I suffered from that at one point. Mainly because, you know, I was looking at other people and wondering how are they doing this? You know, what them numbers coming from? How are they selling so fast? And I found myself making those posts or lives mimicking how they were doing those things. And my numbers weren't adding up. So I said, you know what, if I'm gonna do it, you know, my numbers stay the same. If I'm gonna do it, I'm just gonna be myself. And from there, everything shot up, Camille. And it's scary because, again, it's like, man, it's actually happening now. But I built the foundation for this. So I need to sit up here and be like, okay, I did. So now we got to keep working. So yeah, when it hit. And it's hitting, Camille. Okay.
Look, I'm over here waiting like, remember me. But I think, and the thing is being consistent and showing up. And regardless of, you're going to have your busy days, you're going to have your slow days. But the thing is, you have to show up every day, be consistent every day. Whether if you're an entrepreneur, if you're in corporate America, if you're in the military, whatever it is that you do, make sure you're showing up, being good to go, being squared away every day, being consistent. Even when you see other people cutting corners, in the long run, it's gonna pay off for you, because you can take those shortcuts, but there are lessons along the way on the path. And you know, sometimes I'm like, man, God is taking me the long route, but I have so much knowledge and information, you know, that because I went through this and I went through that and I went through this, I can say, oh, I can pull from this bag, I can do this, because my skill set is exponential and has grown.
Exactly. I mean, I have people who have way more followers, way bigger businesses, asking me questions because they see that how I handle my business. They see how professional I am. They're like, hold up, how long you been doing this? I've only been here not even a year and a half yet. But because of the things that I've been through, the way God, you know, put my path, like you said, it's so much. I've learned so much. I have so much knowledge with things that, you know, I can help people, whether they just starting their business or they had their business for years.
Good. And how do you balance everything? You're a wife, you're a mother. Ooh. How do you do it?
Girl, that's a good question. Camille, if I'm honest, I don't know.
Because you wear so many hats.
Yeah, it's crazy because when I sit down, it's only when I sit down and I think about it, I'm like, man, I'm doing a lot. But, you know, God has definitely blessed my family, blessed me with my wonderful husband. You know, I don't have to take all that burden, you know, by myself. You know, Wednesday, I dedicate Wednesdays to my off day. You know, that's me being off social media. That's me sitting down. You know, we have game night. We have a planned game night each week. You know, I definitely am becoming a planner. I wasn't like this at first, but I know if I have boundaries, if I put that time in, you know, I got to schedule it in. And so it's definitely working because, you know, most days, even if it's not a Wednesday, I have to, you know, still sit down and chill. But nevertheless, it's definitely because of the support system that I have. I mean, being totally honest.
And mentioning your husband, can you kind of touch on how important it is to marry somebody that is not intimidated by what you do as a woman and that understands your purpose and your assignment? Because we see situations out here where it's one-sided, where someone's carrying all the load. And for the single ladies out here watching that or desire to be married, can you kind of break down or unpack why it's so important to be more selective or to be selective on choosing your spouse, your partner in life, because you know the things that God has on you and vice versa?
Oh yeah, it is extremely important, mainly because you're going to burn out. You're going to burn out. And I can only speak on my behalf. You know, I've always been the breadwinner in previous relationships. And if I'm honest, being a breadwinner with someone that's not equally yoked with you, you know, it's hard to have them lead you. It's hard to follow. And at first, you know, everything can be fine. But once you get into the patterns and, you know, those that the characteristics really show, you're going to be unhappy. You know, I met my husband during a time where I was content with knowing I would be single forever. You know, it would be me and my son, and I was fine with that. You know, God saw otherwise because I always wanted to be a wife. You know, I love being loved. I love loving a man. And so he has definitely pushed me. He has definitely told me that I can do anything. He will back me up. Win, fails, he's been there. I can't express how much, how much he's done, as far as open my eyes as seeing me for me. Like it don't take me twerking on videos to get likes, which I will though, but it don't take me doing all that. It don't take me, being fake. I can be me and still win out here. And it don't take a man to tell me that, but it helps when it's your man right there pushing you and and telling you whatever it is you want to do, baby, I got you. It's amazing, Camille. Like sometimes I'm like, dang, this is real. Like this is my life.
That is awesome. So how did you guys meet? Because I heard the DM worked out in your favor.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you let us know, spill the tea on that?
Look, you know how it is when you're stressed out, dealing with people. I was like on my I'm getting off social media. I'm done for a little while. I'm gonna stay to myself. And the day that I deactivated my Facebook, I didn't deactivate the messenger, and he sent me a message that day. And from there, I've never been on blind dates or met someone on social media and met them or whatever. But I was bored that day and hungry. I was hungry, just that easy, Camille. Damn, I'm easy. He asked to take me out to eat, and we went out to eat.
It wasn't like 10 for 20, was it?
I don't even want to tell you what was that, Camille, because I don't need to be judged, okay?
It's all good. This is a safe space for creators and entrepreneurs.
We went on our date, and that goes to what we were just talking about, being with someone that knows what they want in life. On our first date, he told me that he was ready for a family, that he was ready to settle down. I was not. Okay, I was out here having fun. So it took a while for him to wear me down because I was so afraid of that, because I've been through so much. I was okay with being single. Nevertheless, he was consistent, and a year and a half later, we engaged and got married. So it's amazing off the Facebook Messenger. So y'all ladies, open the DMs now. Okay.
Okay. So our brother, I'm not gonna say his name, from the 6 a.m. call, pulled my coattail on Friday after the live, was like, come here, I need to talk to you. Green eyes. So, okay. And he was pretty much like, stop hiding behind your brand. What are you doing? You're out here single, you're a nice looking girl. Yes. Like, it's time to get out there and you need to go on a date. And I was like, because I've been content dating myself, getting facials, going to the spa, taking myself out to eat. Team me.
Yeah.
Like, sis, you need a man. I'm like, bruh, we're just going to put all my business out here. Really? Really, sir? He was like, you ain't got to get married tomorrow, but you need to go out. So now I'm like, myself said, So now I'm just like, well, maybe I should be open, and be a little more receptive. So that's where I'm at now. It's because I've been in this bubble, and it's been safe, and I've been so busy, and this is so bad. And I think a lot of women do it, is because I compensated my empty time for accomplishment. This year, I released 3 books and finished a master's degree and launched an essential brand, chemistry, room fragrances. I stayed busy just to keep my mind occupied, because you know what they say, idle mind is a devil's workshop. And I didn't want that for myself. I do know what I want, but it just became like a place of comfort. And so to have our brother say, come, sis, you need to get out of the house, because all you do is sit there and you just designing websites and get a life, And so that's where I'm at now in this space of kind of like, well, maybe we'll see, So that's my little confession.
Okay, and Camille, ain't nothing wrong with that. You can still do those things when you meet someone, while you getting courted, all of those good things. One thing that I do know, during the time that I was single, I was praying a lot, if I'm being honest. I was praying a lot about being ready for when that man comes, because I was scared that I would run him off because of the things I've been through. I didn't know how to be what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, vulnerable. Exactly. I was always leading. So I was scared that once a man came in my life, I would run him away because I'm like, no, this is my house, that type of thing. And, I'm a stay-at-home mom now, and it's like, hold on, this is all right, and so, like I said, I was doing a lot of praying, and I just said, when it's time, it's easy to say that. I know it is, but Camille, look now, you fine. Look, honey, you better get your ass out of that house.
This is not Mike and Mimosas.
Okay. I'm sorry.
You're fine. I told y'all this girl is funny. I tried to say she's hilarious. But no, I mean, girl, I hear you. We'll talk later.
Okay.
Back to the show. But no, seriously, like, I think a lot of women, particularly Black women, you really hit on a really good point because, we've done things because, like, I got me because there was no plan to fall back on. Mm-hmm. Now look at the amen corner in the comments. Angela, Lisa, Jana, y'all. The amen corner. But no, a lot of Black women, we take on more because there is at the time no one there.
Yeah.
So it's not like you want to emasculate a man that you're trying to, but you're just the fear of someone dropping the ball and then you're having to do double time to get things back to where it was versus someone transitioning in and you guys working together. And I think that comes with, healing and trust, like we talked about earlier, because you can't go into a situational relationship and you're still wanting to clutch the reins. Mark said on Heart and Soul, like, sis, you can't wear the panties and the boxers. You got to pick one, and I think, for us as women, particularly Black women, you do have to know how to say, okay, he's got it. I'm okay.
It's hard too.
Yeah. And it can be tough, but I think, when we're in spaces where we may be making more, don't throw your money in his face. He may make more than you, but you have to be able to find that balance and still let him lead. So for you to be able to do that and to trust him and share your journey, I think that's so powerful. And I think that's really good. And I think even for myself, I told someone last week, I was like, yeah, Supergirl is super tired. Like, I'm ready to hang up my cape because I've been going for so long with just me. It's starting to wear and I don't need someone to rescue me.
Right.
I don't have a situation like I need like a bill, nothing like that. But just to have that companion and that partnership that is going the distance with you because it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And it's like, can you do life with me? Can you build with me? What are your goals? Do you have ambitions? Because I don't want to build a bae. I don't want someone with potential. I need somebody that's like, relay race. You can pass the baton and then we can do those laps together. Can you lap with me?
That was good. That was good, Camille.
Well, where's Angela at?
Okay. That was good. That is
I think that and having a rhythm, some synchronicity, like I'm using my school words. And it's just
a good word. How do you spell that?
Yeah.
That was good.
But I think it's so important that we do that because you don't want the build a bae. You want someone that is, not to say he has it all together, but he's in the process of working towards something. To say, well, what do you have going on? I have this, and outside of branding and entrepreneurship and the resume, you also have to look at character. Is he a man of integrity? Is he honest? Is he a faithful person of fidelity? Those things. Are you responsible? Are you disciplined? Are you kind? Are you a good listener? Just there's other things because I think with social media, we get so caught up in hashtag relationship goals and want to do it for the gram because it looks good, but it can look good for the gram. But then you're at home by yourself and then he's out all night at the club or running out. And it's just like, but what are you contributing? I don't want to, just come to the table and eat. I'm bringing a dish too. I'm bringing something I want to build, a leg or chair. So it's all about partnership and working together.
Who Camille, girl? I'm over here like I need to be taking notes too. That is so. Everything you just said just resonates in my soul because those are all the things that I was thinking about that I thought I could never have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I always felt like I would have to sacrifice something in order to get something. And to be in a relationship or marriage now to where all of those things are right here is and that's why I talk about my marriage so much, because this shit is so dope, man. To be with somebody that believes in you, that pushes you, and at the same time, at the same time, you know, have goals that flow with yours. Like, it's like, man, I sit down sometimes and I get emotional behind it, because I went through so much. I didn't think this was real. This could be possible, man.
But that goes back to worthiness.
Yep, you're right. There it goes.
Worthiness.
You're right. You are correct. And now I look at them and I'm like, I deserve this.
Yeah. So I think and having that partnership and having fun and letting someone love you, because even with, you know, if you've gone through hurt, and for anyone that's watching or listening or may catch this later, even if you've been hurt, male or female, man or woman, and that person comes, God can use that person to love on you through that person to even complete your healing process. Not to say that person can complete you, but it's just a part of your healing process to say, hey, you are worthy. Hey, you are beautiful inside and out. Hey, you do deserve it. It's almost like God used somebody to physically hug you, you know? And so to have that, you know, that presence, it's just a reassurance. Like, even though you told yourself, okay, I'm single, I just got to accept the fact I'm being single, but God knows your heart and knows that's not what you really wanted. You said it out of your mouth, but your tears told me something else.
Girl, you about to get me emotional, Camille. That is so true, girl. That is so true.
And we tell ourselves that because we don't want to deal with the rejection and the hurt and just like, well, no, you know, I'm whatever. I'm not going to get married. And you tell yourself that, and we build brands and write books and do all this stuff because it's like, well, this is what it is. And God's like, no, daughter, that's not what I have for you. No, son, that's not what I have for you. Keep going. But you can't sit there and just pacify yourself and numb yourself, you know, because when that person does come, then you're cold, then you're not receptive. You can't receive it. So you have to let somebody love you. You have to let someone, you know, love you and let God use that person to love on you, because that's where the blessings come. You know, that's where the healing comes, because it's just it's the next chapter of your healing. Yes, you were healing as you were single, but He's also healing you as you're married.
Camille, you about to get me emotional because, honey, oh, girl, sometimes I just sit here and I'm just like, man, I didn't think this was possible. Like, when the part about he sees the tears that you cry. I was so strong on, you know, I'm single, I'm okay, I'm good. You know, I have a friend.
Said it out of your mouth, but your heart was like,
sis, I'm good. I got a little friend, I'm good. But God see how much I love. He see how much, you know, I have my son, of course, but He, like you said, He knows my heart. And if I'm honest, you know, we on here, we talking. This is my third marriage, Camille. And so I'm sitting here like, well, you know, after 2, I was like, I'm done.
Right.
No, why would I want to try this again? You know, right. I went so hard behind those marriages. I did my part, and I still ended up, you know, getting a short end of the stick. Why would I try this again?
Right.
And God just look, you know, they say when you want to hear God laugh, you know, tell Him your plans. And so, honey, when I tell you every single thing I went through, I go through it again, Camille, for this love. It is amazing. It is amazing.
Where's Elder Barge when you need him? All this love is waiting for you.
Yes.
Siri, play Elder Barge.
Oh my goodness, I love it here.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, and that's real. And it's just like, you know, the retail therapy and all this crap, you know, women do to try to just numb it and just forget about the dream. But it's like, no, what's that? Jeremiah 28:11. I know the thoughts I think towards you, said the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Your end was already determined and expected. So even when you told him no with your mouth, your heart was saying something else. And that's on Mary.
I just love you.
See, and you thought I was just bougie. Y'all, I'm finna tell on you.
Look.
No,
Okay.
you're telling yourself. See, I'm not even gonna do you like that. I'm gonna let you tell yourself.
Look, I'm gonna sip my water.
Madonna testify.
Is such a sweet person. She's the dopest.
You before the congregation, go ahead.
So yeah, thank y'all so much for tuning in.
Oh, no, I'm trying to wrap my show up. No, that. So yes, and you can follow me at no. You got about 15 more minutes, sister.
Oh my goodness.
It's cool. But yes, I first of all, this conversation is really good. I think it's really important as women that we do be honest about our desires, you know, because your words have power. Because you can say, I don't want it. And God was like, well, okay, I was about to give it to you. But since you said, I don't want it, he can pull it all back. So you can't say what you don't want, because you can be canceling blessings with your mouth. So you have to be careful about what you say, what you speak. You know, even when you're frustrated, sometimes just be quiet. Because you don't want to nullify your promises, you know. So I think that's super, super important. And just continue in faith. And it's not that you work thinking like, oh, if I do this, this will give me my husband, which is a fallacy that I see a lot of women do out here on social media. They're doing surgery because they think it's going to get them ringed up. You know, they're doing things to their face because it's like, oh, it's going to get me ringed up. You know, you're out here scheming, trapping a dude with a baby thinking, oh, it's going to get me ringed up. And you can do all of that. You can get the BBLs. And if you want to do that, hey, that's your thing. You can do all that stuff and he can still cheat and leave.
Thank you.
It's what's sustaining the relationship, what's sustaining the marriage, what's sustaining the friendship. Because you want to just jump from, you know, I do. You don't even know this person. You don't even know their favorite color. Do you even know their middle name? There's a process to it. And you don't want to be friends first. I always said, if I were to get married, I want my husband to be my best friend, because I'm like, how can you love me if you don't like who I am as a person? So if you do decide to go in here and get your thought on, you're not just losing your wife, you're going to lose your best friend, because I come with a lot of benefits. Okay.
Exactly. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you're gonna feel my presence when I'm here, and you're gonna miss it when it's gone.
Yeah. So and vice versa. So you have to think twice. Like, there's a package that comes along, you know, with this right here. So when you're learning someone and getting to know someone, before you do something that can jeopardize a relationship, think again, think twice, think long, think hard, and realize and realize, if I do this, I could blow everything.
Yeah.
Because the word of God says, if you find me, you also getting favor from God. So if you lose me, you losing the favor too.
Okay, Camille. Okay. Thank you.
Hey, I didn't write it. Okay. I didn't write it. Don't get mad at me. Fight me in the comments if you want to. I didn't write it.
I love it.
Yeah. So I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness, that is so true. And you know, one thing that, and I promise y'all, I'm not exaggerating anything when it comes to my marriage. You know, people say we have our ups and downs. I can't even say that, because my biggest thing is communication. We both talk about it all the time. And when you mention about, you know, you want to get your thought on, we have those conversations. Hey, give me one thing that I need to work on. And it's not well, we're doing everything good. No, you got to give me one thing that we can work on together, or something I need to work on for myself to better this marriage, because I like us being together more than I like us being apart. So we sit down, we have those conversations, and we bring, you know, Roman in, we bring my son in, because, you know, I had my son prior to, you know, being married. And so we have, all three of us have conversations about each other. We ask him, hey, Roman, how can I be a better mommy? You know, we make sure that we are all on the same page, because that is so important. You know, life goes by so fast, and I want to make sure that we're giving it our all in everything that we do, because we love this life, you know?
That's really, really good. I love it. I definitely want to bring you back to the show, because you're just so much fun to talk to. You're just hilarious. So before we wrap up what is like a nugget or a takeaway that you would want to leave with the viewers and listeners?
I think one of the main things would be yourself. I find so many people out here copying what they see on social media, thinking that that's the quick way to get to what you want. Be yourself. Everything will find you. Everything that is meant to be that God has for you will find you if you be yourself. Be your true self. Yeah, that's it. Because I can keep going on with that because man, it's hard out here, Camille. It's these people, they fine. They like you said, they getting these bodies done. They cheating the system when it comes to having a business, and it is hard being legit. Let me say that.
Let's talk about that for a second before we wrap up. Let's just address that.
But I say that because I've taken so many classes, being a new business owner, we paying money to people to teach us stuff we can teach ourselves, honestly. But nevertheless, they say, hey, take this class, do that. And it's a lot of people that's cheating the system out here. It's a lot of people that's not doing it the legal way. It's a lot of people that's not being legit. Make sure that you're surrounded by a group of people that does do things legit way. TMCBA, I'm on the group. I love being there because we help each other the right way. Cheating the system will cheat you out of a lot of blessings. So, I'm gonna leave it there. Do it right. That's it.
Triple P Mafia out there.
Okay, look, I ain't gonna lie. Me and my husband sitting up there like, man, now I know this person. How they get
I told somebody I'm too cute for jail. I can't do it.
Okay, look, I don't know what I'm gonna do there. I can fight, but I can't fight everybody.
Right. It's always what grandma says, it's always someone bigger and better than you.
Exactly.
I'll be in jail drooling and rocking like
just singing. Yeah. I'm talking about they gonna be like, don't mess with her, she crazy.
Don't touch me.
No, ain't nobody around you.
This girl,
eat my locks, just chewing on them.
Oh my gosh. Yes, you have to come back for sure. So for those that would like to connect with you on social media, where can they do that?
Okay, you all can definitely hit me up at Ro_Taylor17 on Instagram. I'm also there on Instagram with Hair Locker. Facebook is the same name, Ro Taylor. I'm available. I check DMs. Look, hit me up. We can get to chatting about anything. I'm an open book. I'm definitely, open on Instagram and my stories. I go in a little bit, I cuss a little bit. So excuse that. But nevertheless, come follow me, come hit me up. Y'all, we can get to talking about anything.
Yes, and if you want a good laugh, join, not on Saturdays at 9, because that's when I'm doing my mimosas. Y'all need to be there. But on Friday night, her lives will have you crying.
Thank you so much, Camille. I had so much fun. Y'all, scared as heck, but I'm so happy that, you brought me here. I can't wait to come back.
No problem. I'm glad that you joined me. It's been an honor to have you here. I've been the first person to interview you. Yeah. So when you sit down and talk to Gail King, I can say, well, I talked to her first.
Exactly.
Hey, Auntie, I love you.
Okay.
Hey, you got to put it in the atmosphere,
Okay, I know that's right.
Yes. So with that being said, I do have a couple of announcements. This is Tuesday. So Saturday, November 6th, Mike and Mimosas will be back for a new live episode. That will be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Instagram Live. My guest will be Seals the Man. If you know him from YouTube, he's had like 2.2 million views, something crazy. He'll be there as a guest host. In addition, Lisa, if she is not still at work, she'll be there as well. That'll be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Instagram Live. The Speaker Podcast, the website has officially launched. Go there and subscribe. If you miss Heart and Soul, it's available on my website, and it's also available on my YouTube channel, which is up now. So hit those notification buttons. Chemistry Room Fragrances is here. Our gift boxes are available for the holidays. You can customize them. Lots of goodies inside for men and women. Trust me, you're going to love it. In addition to my room fragrances, there on Chemistry Room Fragrances on Instagram. I hope you got something from this conversation tonight. Tonight's episode got some laughs, got some nuggets. Thank you again to Ro, the founder and creator of Hair Locker. This is Camille Essick, host of the Speaker Podcast, the podcast where innovators and creators connect. Guys, be blessed. Good night. Bye-bye.